everybody, welcome to Educating Northants. I'm Carly Waterman and I'm the head teacher of Lodge Park Academy in Corby, which is my dream job in my hometown. And I'm going to tell you today everything, like literally everything that you need to know about being a head teacher in under 7 minutes, I hope. I'm going to time myself. Go. I have always wanted to be a head teacher. From the second I walked into my classroom as an NQT, I immediately thought, I want to be in charge. And the first thing you need to know about being a head teacher is that wanting to be in charge is not enough. I also knew, right back from being an NQT, that I wanted to make a difference. And the next thing you need to know about being a head teacher is that knowing that you want to make a difference is a great thing, but it's not enough. Of course, it's great to know that you want to be in charge and to know that you want to make a difference. But if you think that's all you need to know, you're wrong. They're definitely not enough. Of course, I know this now, but I didn't realise that. I didn't realise it until way later in my career. Up until then, I hadn't really thought very much about what kind of stuff I needed to know to be a head teacher. I just thought that wanting to be in charge and wanting to make a difference and, being charismatic, dynamic, compelling, approachable, decisive, visionary, I thought that would be enough. But what I have learned is they're definitely not enough. The good thing is that when I had this epiphany and I realised that I also needed to know lots of other stuff, I simultaneously realised that I already knew lots of stuff because in my 16 years experience at that time, I had built up robust mental models of loads of things like assessment, teaching, learning, school improvements, curriculum planning, SEND, inclusion, safeguarding, PSHE, performance management, CPD, HR, industrial tribunals, fixing windows in 60-mile-per-hour winds, and planning excellent centenary celebrations. Get me. But what kind of knowledge was this? Bit of theory now. Barreto and Scardamelia in their study from 1993 called this informal knowledge, a combination of formal knowledge built up over the years and your lived experience. Was it useful knowledge? Was it the kind of knowledge that would help me to be a head teacher? Quick answer, yes and no. Yes, the mental models built up through the combination of formal knowledge and that lived experience are massively useful. And yes, you do draw on them constantly. But no, you can't rely on them entirely because there's shed loads of more knowledge that you need to have as a head teacher. And that seems terrifying, but don't be scared. The additional knowledge is built upon the mental models that you already have, so you can do it. Of course, you don't realise this at the time. You just feel abject terror. You are racked with self-doubts. You think everybody knows more than you do, and you find comfort in cream cakes and red wine. Maybe that's just me. What I know now, though, is that another type of knowledge, also built up over time, comes to your rescue. This knowledge, again from the same paper by Barreto and Scardamelia, is impressionistic knowledge. This is the distillation of your experience. Now, it's unhelpfully sometimes called intuition or a hunch or gut feeling, which is true, but unhelpful because those things aren't based on nothing. Your intuition isn't magic. Your hunches aren't a superpower. Your gut feelings aren't prophetic rumblings of indigestion. They're all based on what you already know, which then helps you to form impressions of what to do when faced with the many persistent problems of leadership. Impressionistic knowledge draws on formal and informal knowledge and I think helps you to be true to yourself. To me, it's where knowledge, experience, and values collide. It's improved with every article or book you read, with every incident encountered in your life which moves or inspires you, and by all the emotions fostered by those incredible life experiences. It takes time to develop that level of impressionistic knowledge, and that's why some people make it look so easy. But that's part of the problem. That's also why some people massively underestimate what it is you need to know to be a head teacher, because the people who do it and do it well make it look so damn easy. But remember, that's just because they have combined loads of formal knowledge, which Barreto and Scardamelia call the codified and explicitly stated stuff, which they've mainly done via lots of reading. Biggest tip ever for being a head teacher, read everything you possibly can, and studying and making notes and discussing and applying that knowledge in situations, which then turns it into informal knowledge, which remember is formal knowledge plus lived enactment of knowledge through experience. And those things together equal impressionistic knowledge, which is basically enough nous to be able to make decisions and execute them with confidence, namely leadership expertise. Don't copy those people. Don't look at them and do what they do. They are operating with all that expertise, all of that experience. So if you copy them, act like they act, speak like they speak, do like they do, you won't be operating with your own knowledge. You'll be play acting, and you'll wonder why it doesn't work out that well. Believe me, I know, I've made this mistake. Nothing beats knowing your stuff. It makes you confident. It makes you authoritative. It makes you influential, persuasive, compelling, visionary, dynamic, charismatic. Wait a second. All those things that I said right at the start weren't enough. They are what you become when you are enriched with knowledge. And I don't mean knowledge of leadership. None of this is about knowing what leadership is. Is leadership even a thing? It's about knowing about all the stuff you need to know to do leadership. Your staff, your students, your community, your school's history, assessment, teaching, learning, school improvement, curriculum planning, SEND, inclusion, safeguarding, PSHE, performance management, CPD, HR, how to put up one of these pull-up banners. I mean, seriously, master it in private first before ever attempting it in public, or it will not matter how much expertise you think you have, you will be a laughingstock. So, know your stuff. And finally, when you've got all of that in the bag and you're feeling confident, you will know yourself. You will know how best to manage yourself within the role, which Barreto and Scardamelia call self-regulatory knowledge. This means understanding your reactions, your emotions, and being able to read the signs when your body tells you, stop now, you can't take any more. And that, I think, is everything that you need to know to be a head teacher. Looking at head teachering through the lens of knowledge is empowering, it's inclusive, and it's hopeful. You can learn it, you can practice it, and you can become expert at it. And when you do, you will be able to fall over in front of the whole school and then get back up again and style it out. Well, I hope so anyway, because that's what I did. And I'm more than happy to just live with the illusion that I styled it out. So there you go, folks. I hope that's helped. I hope that's given you some insight into everything that you need to know to be a head teacher. And I think I've just about managed to do that in under 7 minutes. Perfect. Have a great day.